my YouTube channel. Today we are in a completely different place. We're not in my home office and I'm not chatting to you. I wanted to bring you a different workout, a different video today actually. And it's gonna be a workout today. I'm in the gym. It is Saturday, the 3rd of February, and I am in the gym for a full body workout. I was gonna come here and just train legs, but I was like, you know what, let me sprinkle some upper body in there. Also because I felt how tired my legs were when I was going up the stairs in the mall. So I was like, yeah, we're gonna need to tweak this. And that's okay, that's a part of the journey. It's important to learn to modify, to tweak your workouts to match your energy and to suit your current strength levels and your current form abilities while you progress. That's the number one thing I want you to take away from watching my training videos, from interacting with me about fitness, is that your journey is your own journey. And it's important that you take full ownership of that and you make it your own, and you don't let the excuses get in the way of you making the progress that you want to see. So for me, I personally feel like this is my season. This is my season in the gym. This is my season for me to make the progress, solidify and go 10 toes down in my discipline, in my commitment to the food, the workouts, the recovery, the mindfulness, the meditation. Like, all of the things for me in this season are coming together. And it's because I am being and have been very intentional leading up to bringing myself to this point. So I'm just about to finish setting up. I'm just about to finish setting up. My shoulder hurts from holding this phone. My shoulder hurts from holding the phone. I've been training really, really hard. So honestly, all parts of my body are like, but we move. We're gonna move and we're gonna give ourselves some nice recovery later on in the day. Maybe do a nice Epsom salt soak or something. I haven't done one of those in a while. So let's go through the stations and then I will show you guys my warm-up. I will show you the full workout, little bits. I'm gonna mic myself up so you can also hear how I'm breathing and all that good stuff, because I've really been working on changing how I'm breathing while I'm training. That is a whole video that I need to actually create and teach you guys about breathing while you're training so that you can maximize your performance instead of struggle the entire workout like I used to. All right, my loves, let's get it. Oh, before I forget, if you're new to the channel, please show your girl some love and hit the subscribe button. There's gonna be much more videos, a lot of variety. I am quite an interesting individual, if I say so myself. So you can expect all things from energy healing, from mindset motivation. My podcast is gonna be launching on here soon, so stay tuned for that. There's just a lot more coming, and I don't know if you feel it, but it's coming. So make sure you are a part of the community. Subscribe, like, and let's get it. All right, so the beginning of any good workout begins with your warm-up, my friends. So I always like to spend a good 10 minutes on my warm-up. I'll go through a series of mobility movements, followed by some cardio of my choice. Sometimes I'll ride the bike, I'll jog on the treadmill, or I'll jump some rope. It really depends on what I'm in the mood for, and I like that variety because it keeps my interest in the warm-ups there, because I kind of just go with the flow. So this setup really allows me to tune in, listen to my body, and give my body what it needs in a particular moment to moment, day to day, week to week. So I'm doing a nice full body stretch here, getting into the hips, getting into my upper back and arms area. It's gonna be a full body workout, so I wanna give each and every part of my body a bit of love in terms of waking it up and activating it. And then I'll go into some jumping jacks to get my heart rate up. Love to do this. I think we often forget that jumping jacks even exist. Then I'll finish it off with some squats to just activate my legs and my glutes and my core and just really warm up my lower body a lot more. And then I finish that off with some reverse lunges with a kick. This is also a nice way for you to get into the hips and give some mobility and movement in the hips while working on your stability and engaging that core as well. Finish it off with some more side stretches. This is to get into my lower back as well as my inner thighs, twisting, opening up. Again, this is a very intuitive process, but I do have a list of exercises that I run through and make sure I complete in my head. Now I'm all ready.
So I start any of my squat anythings with an empty bar. Sometimes even my RDLs, if I'm doing it with a barbell, I'll start with an empty bar to get a feel for it. It makes me feel much more powerful when I have worked my way up from an empty bar to the weight that I want to work with that day, instead of just loading it on and then like fighting for my life. So that's a tip that I would love to share with y'all. Take it or leave it, you know. So now I will add some weight. So I like to build relatively slowly. Also because this bar is sneaky. It doesn't look like it's heavy, but it feels like it's heavier than the standard barbell. It's giving me a good 25 kgs on its own. So I'm gonna be here for 5 sets. So this is my first official set. And the way I wanna work it today, I just wanna stay in one place, be done, pack it up, move on. So two, 3, 10. You know, I just remembered, like halfway in, that I wanted to do heel elevated deep squats here. But when I saw the safety bar, I got excited. So I now have to return to the original plan and use a normal barbell, elevate my heels so that I can get deeper. Okay, now we're set up the way that we want it to be set up here. Let me just lock my weights in. We don't need any gym fails being caught on camera. So heels elevated, deep. This is 35 kgs. This is a different kind of squat. I don't usually do this one, so I want to build it up slowly. And that is how to approach things you don't usually do in the gym, my friends. You don't throw yourself into the deep end. You build. 3, 4, 10. Woo! That is spicy. That is spicy. The quads are gonna feel that. Let me tell you guys a little something about breathing. The majority of us are shallow chest breathers. Our air does not go past this particular cavity here. Just in the chest, out. In the chest, out. Ideally, when you're taking a deep breath, that air should go all the way in until the belly, right? And really go to the parts of the body that need a fresh supply of oxygen, go to the lungs so that the lungs can send freshly oxygenated blood to those various parts of the bodies that need them, right? But if we're constantly breathing, or which a lot of us are doing, we're either chest breathers or mouth breathers. And the ideal way for you to be breathing, especially if you want to improve your performance, is through your nose. In through your nose, out through your nose. When you first begin to start breathing like that, it might feel like you're not getting enough air, but trust me, you are. And it's important to just stick to it. And you're gonna see over time how your performance improves, your recovery improves. My sinus even has completely cleared. I used to get deep sinus congestions like every other day, and they have completely cleared. I just get like one random sinus attack where it's just a bunch of sniffles and runny nose, and then it's over. But the way that I used to live before, poor quality of life. And now that I know that it was just because of how I was breathing. So imagine how many other things are manifesting maybe for you because of how you're breathing. So let's put this into action with this next set. I've gone up to 40 kgs. I actually want to do 45 and see how it feels. And I'll also want you to pay attention to how I am breathing in this next set. Yes. Next up, we have the RDL, the Romanian deadlift. My ring always has to come off for this one. And it's easily one of my favorite lower body exercises. Glutes, hamstrings, all of the things get some love when you're doing your RDL, your core, your shoulders, your traps, your arms, like, because you're holding the weight, especially as you go heavier. So some form tips to keep in mind with this one is to keep the bar or your dumbbells, whatever you're using to RDL, super close to your body. Your weight should not be going there. That immediately will give you backache. So it should feel like that weight is almost able to shave past your legs, graze past those knees and those shins, right? So this is my warm-up set here. I'm doing a light RDL to warm up, which is 30 kgs on the bar. So push the hips back, looking for that stretch in the back of both legs. These days I've been feeling my RDL a bit more on one side than the other. So it's important to pay attention to things like that and be mindful and see what you can tweak so that you are getting benefits on both legs. Even if that means switching to a single leg variation, which I might actually end up doing because I'm really struggling to feel it on this side. I tweaked this variation for today, so I'm not going to go any heavier than this because I have not trained single leg deadlifting with a barbell. I normally use a dumbbell, which is a completely different experience altogether. So we're going to do it staggered so we can focus on one side at a time. So when you stagger, you just take a slight step back, right? You want that toe that went, the toe of the back foot to be in line with the heel of the foot that's in the front. It makes sense. Just listen to it one more time. Okay. Once we're here, we engage our core, we hinge, pushing those hips back and up. The bar is trekking the same way it would trek if both of your feet were on the floor flat. Ten each side.
Next up, you grab your resistance band, and if you don't have one, let me know so I can plug you. These bands are from Sweat Fitness Namibia. That is my brand. I'm going to drop the link in the bio. Go ahead and get yourself a pair or two, and even grab one for a friend. Now, setting up for this, you know, you're sometimes terrified, slightly excited. You're like, yes, let's go, let's get it. But yeah, I was just doing 5 sets of 12 reps each and adding an abduction to the exercise. It was pure hell. I absolutely hated it, but I also loved it. And then I went over to my upper body exercises for the day, which I had a seated cable face pull. My legs were freaking tired after all those leg exercises. There were 5 sets of each. I was done. So I needed to take a seat, even though initially this was supposed to be a standing cable face pull. Still delicious. And then I followed that up with some cable lat pull downs, and I went heavier than I usually do, as you can see by how I am pulling that weight for my life, honey. But always remain in control, especially when you're going heavier with your movements. Don't let that weight bully you ever. And then I finished it off with a seated bench shoulder press using these cute little 8 kg kettlebells because they felt really supportive for me and my shoulders were kind of exhausted. So I decided not to go too heavy, and I also knew that the next day, Sunday, I would be training this exercise again. So I was training smart here. And then I finished it off with a alternating toe touch with a plate. I love this exercise. If you're one of my clients watching this, you know I love this exercise because it gets sprinkled throughout the week at least once, maybe twice.
me after. It took me a solid hour and 36 minutes because of the recording. Shout out to all my girls who will be recording content for YouTube in the gym. How do you do it? It can only happen on Saturdays for me, that's for sure, because during the week I need to get in and out. But I'm excited. I think I can commit to at least doing a workout video on a Saturday for you guys once in a while. But I'm done. Finished. You can tell by the end of when I got to my upper body, I was just like, listen, I'm done talking. I just need to get this stuff done. But all in all, it was such a great session. I feel super strong. I got a nice pump in my shoulders, my legs, my core. It was a full body workout. I will leave it in the caption in the description for you guys if you want to try it out. And if you are looking for training services online or in person, give your girl a shout. It is what I do every single day of my life. It's my true passion. And I love to be able to help and guide a few more of you, especially women, to feel strong and powerful in their bodies and to understand exercise, to understand nutrition, to understand the whole shebang, especially bringing in the elements of the mental and the emotional side, which is my other passion as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And remember to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.